and welcome to episode 100 of our podcast. We made it. Yeah, so it's been a pretty cool ride doing these podcasts. We started about this time last year, didn't we? And we've just sort of worked our way through, and I think we've got slightly better and doing video now and things like that. So, we're pretty excited to have reached this little milestone, and we hope to be able to, truck on through and do a few more hundred as we go ahead.
So can we finally have some champagne today?
You keep talking about the champagne.
We've had a bottle of champagne in the fridge for weeks. That's terrible.
Right. Okay. So Emily has requested the bottle of champagne to celebrate the 100th. So yes, we shall. Why not? So anyway, what we wanted to talk about today was basically 7 work and motivation and procrastination hacks. So talking about ways to get around lack of motivation, ways to make yourself more motivated, and I guess just ways to avoid that sort of procrastination.
Yeah, not doing a little bit, then going and getting a cup of tea and a biscuit, and doing 10 minutes more, and then another cup of tea and a biscuit. Yeah,
well, I think that's it. In the last few weeks, we've talked about setting up your home office and setting up your tech and things like that. And now it's actually, we're going to sort of change around to start focusing on you more because, it's all fun and games setting up your office and things. And we've just started redoing our new office. So we've got stuff everywhere at the moment. So hopefully we'll, in the next couple of weeks, be broadcasting from our new space, which will be fun.
Yeah.
But also the thing is, once you get all that stuff set up, that's the fun stuff. Now you really need to start working on a plan for yourself and your own business and making sure that you, focus on yourself. And, the reality is working from home can be a hard change for people, and there is some discipline and things that have to come in.
You really do need some structure.
Yeah, structure. Structure's a good word.
And I think it's important that other people understand that you work from home, because although you might have a structured day, honestly, people don't think you work.
No
one thinks you've got a job. Like everyone expects Blair to be there 24/7 throughout the day, no matter what, to go and do something else or pull to do. Blair is the president of the local Coast Guard, and they ring any time of day, and you answer the phone, even if you've got a structure to your day. And I think you've actually been more mindful of that lately, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. It is one of those things, I enjoy doing the community involvement, but you've got to find a line, and especially when you work from home, because, if you work in an office in town or wherever, people recognize that as a workplace, and so they don't,
out at work and
they don't recognize home as a workplace. So being able to set those boundaries, I think, is key.
Boundaries, that's a good word.
So let's get into these hacks. So 7 different hacks. The first one is, which I think is the most important, and the one that you want to do right from the beginning, is number 1 is plan your business. So what I mean by that is doing this in increments. So starting off at 12 months, setting out a 12-month plan for your business, and then breaking that down into monthly blocks, and then breaking that down into 4 weekly blocks, and then basically daily blocks of those weeks.
So basically, you're saying like have a goal for the end of the year, or an end of business.
Or goals, goals,
and then look at how you can then
reverse engineer it, and so work out what methods you need to do to achieve all of those goals, and then basically breaking it down and getting more granular as you go. And I guess the key thing is, what I'm saying is not to sit there and go, right, I'm doing my 12-month plan today, and getting right down to knowing what you're going to do in 2 months' time on a Tuesday. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is working out your 12-month goals, breaking them down into even 6 monthly or monthly goals, and then you leave that. You come back at the start of each month. That's when you go through that monthly block of goals and you break them out into 4 weeks. And then you might even go, right, I'll leave it at that. And then each start of each week, you go, right, this is the goals I want to achieve this week. And then roll them out over those days.
I agree with that, but I think it's even to the day planning too. Like you don't, I mean, for me, if I had some goals to get done by, say it's Monday, and I had a list of things. I've got to get that done by Sunday. I'm the kind of person that would leave it till Saturday night. But so what I mean is like
you need to break it into days, and that's I guess that's where I'm getting it.
Because if you think you've got ages to do it, you'll leave it to the last minute till your deadline.
Which is perfect for our number 2 hack, which is a nice little segue into it. You basically want to set up that list, that daily list.
Yeah.
But the key thing is everyone does lists, and it's great. And what do? You either write the thing you want to do, which is fun, at the top, and you do that first, or you write your list and then you pick out the bits that are fun and you do those first. What I want you to do is write a list that's prioritized. So, it probably won't be the most fun thing at the top of the list, but I want you to prioritize it, and I want you to do the most priority thing first and the least priority thing last.
Yeah.
And the point of that is the only way you're going to get to your 12-month goal is if you're prioritizing your time to those most important things to reach that end goal.
So is it, like I know we do, but is it something that everyone should do where you actually set your hours for the day?
Yeah.
That you actually have, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the 9 to 5, does it? No. But whatever those hours are, like I would say it's probably important to set that actual time of the day.
Yeah. It is. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, it's about our third hack, which is.
Am I just
you're just segueing into the ball for me. It's great. It's just like a little intro. It's basically time blocks. So yeah, you're right. You want to set out time blocks. That's right. We do have unagi. Those who don't watch Friends have no idea what we're talking about.
I think everyone watches Friends.
Probably. So time blocks, you want to make sure you're setting out specific blocks of time where you can focus. And that, that's up to you, how many you need in a day, when you want to do them all, that's up to you. But set out time blocks that you want to do and make sure that you've got breaks around those. So have breaks, if you've done a block of 2 hours, have that break, don't continue on. Make sure that you do the break.
But also don't do the break into an hour into it,
you've got to be disciplined.
Yeah.
You've got to set those times. And,
and
it might be that you actually, you're doing a task in that block. And if you've got a 2-hour block and you finish that task within an hour and a half, then, hey, you've got an extra half an hour to do whatever, that's maybe you start on your second task or whatever. There's always things that you need to do. Take that break after the 2 hours. So you always fill up that 2 hours with work rather than sort of going, I'm going to take my break early, because then at the end of the day, you lose that routine.
Yeah.
The other thing is also you want to remove those distractions from those blocks, so shut the door, remove your phone, anything else that can distract you. Kids, the dog, cat, whatever. Remove those distractions so you focus for those 2 hours. But then when you have your break, bring those distractions back in. So have some distraction time where you might, I don't know, whatever you're into. You might want to go and cuddle your cat. You might want to go and jump on your Instagram or whatever.
Nip outside for 5 minutes, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Make a coffee.
Yeah. So distractions are bad, but they're also good. It's just about managing them. So don't do them and then do them.
Yeah. And then you look forward to it as well. You look forward to that time you're going to be breaking in, and you look forward to your coffee and your Vicky and
which is our 4th hack, is creating rewards. So what you want to be doing, and maybe your coffee is your reward,
Oh yeah.
It's setting up things that once you've achieved those tasks or that specific task, there's a wee reward at the end. They don't need to be big things. Like it could be just a small thing. It could be going and getting a cup of coffee or something like that, So make sure you're rewarding yourself for achieving those tasks, because otherwise it can all get a bit much work and no play.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to balance that nicely between work and enjoying yourself.
And that's the same with like the weekend, because you work from home. You don't do work at the weekend.
No.
Plan some fun, rewarding things to do at the weekend. Don't let your work run into the weekend, because it's so easy to do. Just, thinking, I've got 5 minutes, got 10 minutes. I'll go and check my emails and do a little bit of work, and then a bit more set for Monday. Well, yeah, you might be a bit more set for Monday, but then you've not had a break. Yeah,
no, that's a good point. And I always say, treat it like a 9 to 5 job where you'll be working for someone. Generally you're not working on the weekends, so treat your home office environment, much like you would a work office environment. So number 5, our 5th hack is I want you to be ruthless in identifying tasks which waste time. Okay, so that's, we can fill up a list of tasks quite easy. I'd say 30% of those tasks are not necessary. So, looking at ways to reduce those tasks or reduce the time you're doing on those tasks is the way to do it. So, for example, we've got websites which generate income. I used to be into going and checking, fastidiously all of the sales on any of the websites each morning, and that would take me sometimes up to an hour to do that. And whilst it was a nice thing to do, check out sales, making money, it's not actually necessary for me to do that every day. So I don't do that now. I changed that habit, and I've freed up some time to do more important growth tasks. So work out in your business what are those tasks which aren't important and be ruthless about it. Cut those out because you need the amount of time that you've got to work on that growth stuff. So that's our 5th hack. The 6th hack is something we touched on a little bit before, is choosing the best time of day to work for you. And we've talked a little bit about this in previous episodes. It's that finding, whether you're a morning person or an evening person. I've got developers that I work with overseas that, I can touch. We being in New Zealand is the, pretty much the opposite time zone to most of Europe. So middle of my day is the middle of the night over there, and I can still email, one of our developers because I know that's when he's working. He works from 8 p.m. through to about 2 a.m. in the morning.
That's crazy.
That's the way his brain works. That's when he's focused.
He must be shattered. So what does he do in the day?
But he's one of those guys that he's always found it hard to get out of bed in the mornings. And
that's because he's up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, there's that debate, but he's always been that way ever since he was a kid. So the way he works is he sleeps until 10. He'll get up, have a cruisy morning and things, and then he'll start getting into work in the afternoon and go through into the evening. He probably works a long day.
Does he have a family?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, but I think what he's doing is he's taking that family time out, say from 5 till 8, in the evening. Once the kids go back to bed or go to bed, he goes back to work. So it's making it work for you and how your body clock works and how you like to work. Like me, I'm a morning person. I'll jump out of bed and I'm most fresh in the morning. So that's why I like to do my key tasks first thing in the morning. And then as the afternoon draws on, I sort of, I drag on. And, you're the same.
Oh, exactly the same. We've got, which works.
Yeah, which works for us, doesn't it? But also it's about your lifestyle as well. You might want to, the beauty of working from home is it tends to create a bit more flexibility in your work week. So you might want to go and do some sport during the week or interest, hobbies, things like that. And it might mean that you need to then do a bit of work in the evening. So it's not just about your time clock. It's also about your calendar through the week. Set your calendar up to help you, but also, is helping your business. So you're not letting one side, get more or less. So that's our 6th hack. The 7th hack is be connected. So for us, we find we work together at home. We don't find it too lonely, but I think sometimes, it's still good to connect with friends and make an effort of connecting with friends and connecting with groups. So not necessarily just friends outside of work, connecting within work groups. So that could be Zoom calls, it could be local meetups, conferences, all that sort of stuff, because communicating your business with people will give you other people's ideas and other perspectives on your business.
Yeah, and sharing experiences if you're connecting with people who are in a similar situation.
Yeah, definitely. It's so much better. Like just being able to share that experience and then go, someone else is in the same boat as me, particularly when you're doing the startup phase, you're trying, you're venturing out into something new, you're trying something for the first time. And that can be really hard and quite daunting. So having that support network around you is quite important.
With people that understand. you know, because they're going through the same thing.
Yeah. So reach out on Facebook. There's heaps of groups on Facebook. There's local business organisations that have local chapters that you can connect with and go and do coffee groups and things like that. Oh, bless you.
Excuse me.
So yeah, that's our 7th hack. Be connected. So all of the things we've talked about, these 7 hacks today, what I want you to do now is go away and work through all of these and just make some notes and set yourself up a bit of a system around that. And so set yourself up a calendar, you know, some rules, talk to your family about your work rules in terms of non-interruptions and things like that. Look on Facebook, connect with some people, just go through all of that and set up your work method and plan your business. Go back to that number 1 hack. Spend some time planning it, because as we talked about last week, you know, you've got to plan it to succeed. Okay. So the other thing I just wanted to touch on before we go is if you're bored, if you're getting overly bored with this sort of thing, you know, you're going through business and you're finding you're bored and you're not motivated in business for an extended period, I would suggest you stop and basically go back and question what you're doing. You've got to have a love for what you're doing. You've got to be interested in it. There's got to be some passion there somewhere. So if there isn't...
Yeah, like not wanting to work from home because you're lazy.
Yeah, exactly. So look for your motivation. If you're not motivated, stop, go back and go, you know, is this business right for me? Is working from home right for me? Just go back and question all of those things, because it should be fun. Okay, so I want you to keep that in the back of your mind always. You don't want to get yourself into a position where you're bored, you're not motivated just because it's not suited to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all we've got time for in episode 100.
Yay.
Look, we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoy our little tidbits each week. If you like this video, you know, give us a thumbs up and make a comment on YouTube. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll put some links in the show notes to get to our YouTube channel and all the rest of it. But otherwise, have a great week, and we look forward to catching up with you guys again next week.
Yeah, we're off for some champagne.
Oh, champagne this evening, because it's 11:15 in the morning, so we won't be doing a champagne lunch, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.